G'day and welcome to another video. Super excited about this one and certainly the videos that I've got coming out over the next couple of weeks. Recently, within probably the last month of starting this video, I got into NFTs and NFT gatings just to have a bit of a look and worked out that I got myself into a bit of a rabbit hole. There is so much out there, so many opportunities, but also sort of some things you need to be careful of as well. So I've created this video which is sort of NFT games starting out. These are 3 projects or games that I have personally got myself into and I'm enjoying playing them, or I'm enjoying being involved with them. At the time of the video, I wasn't sponsored by any of these companies or games, and it's certainly not financial advice. But if it's something you think you are interested in getting into, make sure you do your own due diligence because it's not free money. And there's certainly risks involved with getting into these types of games. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So the first one, as we said, is Axie Infinity. So what I liked about it is an established NFT game. There is so much content on the net. There are really good YouTubers if you want to know about what Axies to have, what Axie teams to set up. Lots of really good genuine YouTubes on how to start from scratch. So the fact that it was my first one, watching a YouTube from literally starting up a Binance account, going through for a MetaMask account, opening up a Ronin account, and then signing into Axie and having all that linked in, that paid dividends on the fact that majority of the other projects I've got into have linked into those MetaMask, linked into Binance. So therefore, most of the work was already done. And that made it a lot easier. As I said, it was a little bit more expensive to go into. But then the other thing that has appealed to me with the NFTs is one thing for myself as a gamer. As I said, I'm an indie gamer, and I play many games. So as much as I'd love to be in the old days where I'd sit down and play WoW for 10 years running, I just don't now. I play a game for a year or so and then I'll move on to another one. So what I did like is the fact that the money that I invest into it, I can sell it and I will get some return. I may get less, I may get the same, I may get exponentially more, depending on when I've got into it. But there are so many AAA titles or other games that I've invested into that game, whether it's a subscription or whether it's just buying DLCs. I've now stopped playing that game and I don't get anything back from it except for looking on Steam and seeing how many hours I put into it, and the rewards if we sort of come back in. So the first one was Axie. So let's just have a quick look at Axie as well. And we're not having a look at the characters, as I said, we're not doing the deep dives. It's just having a look how it works for those that aren't familiar. There's so many other videos itself. Now, to start off with, you must have 3 Axies. You can have many more, but you need a minimum of 3 Axies to actually have a team. If I go with the current market at the moment on the floor, let's just have a quick look at this. Marketplace floor price as at today, which is sort of mid-September. The floor price, don't look at these 22, 23s, they're just sort of fake bids, they're errors. The floor price is about $150. I'm not saying you can buy the first 3 Axies off the floor and play the game, but in the current environment, you could potentially, under $600, build yourself a team that will allow you to certainly do content within Axie Infinity. And then what you can do potentially is once you get into it, if there's a certain Axie that you want, you can either buy another one, or you can buy one and then sell it and change it. No, there's AXS and there is SLP, Smooth Love Potion. And they are the 2 currencies that are working with Axie. Not every project has 2 currencies. This does, and it works a little bit differently. So at the time of the recording itself, SLP, and it certainly dropped down a bit. Let's have a look. SLP was about 7 cents. It's actually dropped down a bit, a lot. So probably one of the lowest. And that's certainly a problem with the game at the moment. You have a lot of people that were trying to make a living, or certainly having some revenue stream from SLP, but it's actually dropped quite low. And the next one we have is AXS, Axie Infinity, and this was up around 70, 65. It's actually dropped as well, I think. It has two elements. It has a PvE element and a PvP element. The owners or the developers have certainly said that they are trying to focus on the PvP side of the game, and certainly help during those areas. So what they have recently done is they've reduced on the quest. They've reduced the quest, which will give you 25. I think it used to be 50. I believe this is the same. It may have changed slightly as well. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people into the PvP. Now the PvP rewards up to 1,000 is 1 AXS. Higher rank, so, and I'm not sure, certainly not in my area. I will never get there, not in the near future. You know, you're getting your 25 or your 20 AXS, so that's where certainly the top tier are certainly making their money. The other way of actually doing is, as I said, is through the PvE element, but it's certainly not a lucrative deal, is actually doing the PvE side to get a daily amount of 50 SLP. If you want to do your daily collection to get your 25 SLP, as we saw before, you need to quest, you need to actually do 10 adventure mode levels, 10 win. It doesn't mean you have to gain 10 levels every time, so you just need to win 10 times, and you need to win 5 arena matches. So this one's fairly easy, and you can get sort of maybe if you're trying to level up, maybe 12 out of 10 battles at worst. And for this one here, depending on your mix and depending how you play, you know, that could be anything from 5 to, you know, 30, or no, not really. It's probably, I find, even with my level of playing, probably, or I'd be just below the 50%, maybe 45%, so therefore I'd maybe have 10, 11 battles to get my 5. So it's not that bad, I guess. But in the lower ranks as well, you've got a lot of people that have bought off the floor, and it's just a roll with the cards. So the way it works is it is a card-based system. As you buy the Axies, and the Axies come with cards. And you get this when you're actually also going through the market. That is how you invest and buy. So once you understand the cards you want to play with, you buy the Axie already pre-made. And as I said, I won't go into too much more detail, because those that want to get involved or think this project is something that they would like to get involved with, if they enjoy card-based games or the PvP side of the card-based games, then they go in. It's not a case of you have a nice little bird Axie and you buy packs of cards and assign those cards to the Axie. It is a case that you buy the Axie. Let's pick any of these, and this beast, and this aquatic, and have a look. So you can actually have a look at the Axie itself, and then the cards that actually come up with it. So snail shell, third chance. In this case here, you know, it's a bug. I had to actually have a look at it. It's a bug Axie with 2 bug cards, but you can still play non-bug cards. So it was actually bred. Obviously, this person here just wanted to make some money, so actually bred it with a beast, and they had 2 offspring or 3 offspring, and fortunately enough, actually came out with 3 bug. Probably 3 bug with beast parts. No beast parts. Anyway, it's just someone just sort of breeding. This one here, the same thing. Oh, obviously people. No, this is a funny one. Someone's just sort of bred two beasts, but just come up with a mix of everything. And if you look at other streamers that are just focusing on Axie, they would actually say a lot of these crossbreeds now are potentially dangerous because they're just coming in with so many other, potentially random elements with the cards that can actually be quite dangerous in there as well. So it's interesting. But once again, as I said, the reason I got into the game, or was happy to invest in the game or to invest in the project, was because of what I felt was the stability of the game. In the last 24 hours, let's say $16 million worth of Axies have been sold, or 57,000 Axies have been sold in 24 hours. If we go for, let's say, 30 days, $690 million worth of Axies, 1.8 million Axies have been sold just in the last month. That's the month of September 2021. Sort of go up, sort of go down, but there is the turnover. The market is doing the volumes. I feel comfortable if I wanted to sell my Axies, I could quickly turn those over, a couple of days or something like that, and get my money back and move it onto another project or cash out, whichever one I wanted to do. There is also a ton of help just by going onto Google with Axies. A lot of established web pages that are built around helping. Even on your Chrome browser itself, there are extensions that not help you win, but help you choose and look at Axies as well. So this one here, Axie.zone, help you find an Axie. It will create breeding simulators if you want to get into breeding. Breeding is another way to make money by breeding two Axies and then obviously selling the babies. Card tier list, so if new cards come out, if I wanted to know what the A-class tiers for a plant is at the moment, or potentially for a bird, you can actually have a look at those and then have a look and choose your Axie. Axie builds, so there's actually some preset builds that let's say may be good for PvE or PvP, and the priority stats. Now the same thing is, I think these would be a good first starter. Choosing an Axie, there's no sense in sort of buying an Axie, I guess, just because someone told you to buy those Axies. It's also buying a team that is your play style, whether it's a defensive play style, whether you're a glass cannon sort of play style, and that as well. But you've got meta builds here, and you can simply go, I want a Rimp Beast, search this build. It will then go to give you the builds, and you can click on this and it will actually go back to the marketplace where we were before, and actually show you that card and how much it is. So if you wanted a Rimp build, you've got a 0 card, Sirius Stills and Energy combined with another card. It's actually not a bad beast card actually. It's 166. It's definitely cheaper than what I have. Matter of fact, in the time of talking to you, it's actually already sold. So someone just bought it. Hasn't come up with the price, but someone sold it on September the 3rd. Someone sold it for more on September the 4th for slightly more, and then depending on the price of if ETH dropped or has gone up, then they've sold it here as well. So that makes it a bit hard. All right, the next thing that we sort of have when we go through, we got Axie builds. We talked about cards test, the leaderboard. If you want to have a look at the leaderboard, Axie Finder allows you to sort of go through the filters and actually find it as well. So there's tools in regards to guides about the buffs and the debuffs. It is just a great website that's associated. So that's why I got into Axie, and that's why it was my #1 choice, because it was as I said, because it was more than I wanted to spend, but it gave me the comfort of putting in the dollars, learning about, I guess, the wallets, the whole cryptocurrency, the buying off the exchange, trying to get it in there, and allowed me to set up. Okay, let's move on to number 2. For our second project, just sort of starting out, I've been looking at and I've got involved with Plants vs. Undead. Now this is a tower defense game. The game isn't out yet. However, they do have a farming section as part of it. Now there's plenty of write-ups on it, just in returns to the sort of the RRI that some people are getting as part of the farms and that as well. So it's Plants vs. Undead, and this is the what I've certainly found in a very short time is how many scams that are out there. Obviously, people are trying to play the games. The games are coming out in volumes, and people are taking advantage of that and doing scams, and therefore allowing people to put their wallets in there. So just be very careful. So Plants vs. Undead. And all your links are actually sort of here as well. So the marketplace link, swapping your currency into PVU, Plants vs. Undead tokens, that is in here as well, and it automatically comes up straight away. So there are some positive things about the setup of this web page and that as well. Now the market itself, when you come in, you'll come in and you've got your dashboard, and the dashboard is very similar to the Axie dashboard. It shows how many sales in the last 24 hours, the average price, what people are buying and selling for, and then your actual marketplace as well, using the PVU token as the main currency. As far as I know at the moment, there is only one token associated with this game coming out, but when they bring out the tower defense, there may be a secondary token very similar to Axie having AXS and SLP, Smooth Love Potions. It does have a beta test game as well, and I'll show that after we go through the farming phase, just to allow you to have a look at the tower defense. The tower defense beta phase is only PvE, but I do believe they're going to have PvE and PvP as part of the tower defense. Now, with the influx, the thousands and thousands of new players coming into this, there's been a crazy amount of lag. So currently, at the time of this recording, they'd broken it down to 8 groups. I today was in group 7, and my time is available now. So you get given one farm when you start off with, and your farm can actually take, easier to say, 5 small plants and 1 mother plant, or one mama tree, as they sort of say it, which you had on the marketplace as well. Those trees itself, mum is 144 hours, whereas your small saplings are 72 hours. Now these are the base saplings you get from the shop, and not the plants that you get from a seed. What we will do is we'll harvest these, and you can see my LE going up, my light energy. Harvest this one. Could have done the harvest all, I guess. And then let's remove them. Remove this one. So with your I won't say free saplings, with your saplings, they are destroyed after the 72 hours. With your plants stay on. So what we'll now do is add 2 more saplings. Obviously I've only got 1 free farm at the moment. I don't have any mother trees. I do have the sunflowers. So we'll select 1 sapling. So it's actually a lot quicker now, but just be patient with the game if you do get involved with it. If you double click it, if you rush into it, you're going to have errors and you're going to miss, and it's all going to go pear-shaped for you. So in this case here, I need to add a pot, and I don't have any pots, so we're going to jump into the shop and buy ourselves 2 small pots. So the 2 small pots last for 10 days, however your saplings only last for 3 days, so you do destroy those. There's no sense, you don't get seeds from saplings, so even though this would be 30 days, once again you'd destroy the pot, so it would be a waste, and there is no seed drop chance from a sapling. So we'll confirm that. We've got plenty of water. Let's go back. We can add a pot. Add a pot. And let's do some watering. So first one will still leave the soil brown. I've been told that will only give you a 50% return, or a reduced return. I don't know 50%. 50% would actually almost be a break even. So water it twice, you get the green base, and then you're good to go. Oh, so much quicker. That's it. That is it for the game at the moment. Sort of watering the tree. You do have a daily task, which is the world tree, and the world tree is simply doing the water and the contribution. So you can give as much as you want. The minimum you need to give is 20, and also the others. As everyone chips in, it caps out at 50. Now at this time that I'm actually streaming, what do we got left? 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. So in 9 hours, you don't get anything if you go over the 50 million. What I've tended to be doing is sort of giving a little bit in the morning, coming back at the end of my period, sort of like midnight, just before I go to bed, and then have a look. If it's a little bit lower, then yeah, I'll probably top it up to 100. If it's not, and we're going to get it, which we are, then leave it and you get the next ones. I don't need to collect it before it resets at 7 AM my time. It will literally come up with a claim button here for yesterday's, all of yesterday's, and I can do a one click and actually claim them all. You'll get 4 saplings if it hits the tier 5. I think it's tier 5 or the tier 6. What do we got to? Tier 6. Which was a new tier that came up there. The other ones give you a little bit of LE and 1 sapling, a little bit of LE, 2 saplings, and some of them also give you a box as well. The sunflower box, I think they're called, the sun box, and the sun box gives you a random chance, 30% chance for scarecrows and water, 30% chance for 2 small pots, 30% chance for a sunflower sapling, 10 or 9.9% chance for a sunflower mama, and 0.1% drop of a seed. And people have been getting the seeds, and they've been sort of posting them, and that's just printing money. The seeds at the moment, as we sort of saw before, marketplace, let's say even the floor price. So the floor price is 86.89. When after one or after PBU, let's have a look here. At the time of recording, it's 1086. So having a 0.1% drop, if it drops for you, even if you sold it at the floor price, there's $800-900 US. If you were to sell it, but obviously the plants give you more LE, and therefore it just increases your farm, increases your return. But it depends also what you want to get out of the game. Are you in it just to trying to have cash? Are you in it because you want to play the game and get a bit of I guess a bit of return? Okay, and here we go with a little bit of gameplay. We will keep this brief. It is free if you want to have a look at the gameplay, if it's of interest to you. I probably, as I said before, will do a little bit of a deep dive, because I do like the potential in this game, and certainly the revenue it is giving at the moment is a little bit crazy. But we'll certainly go with that as well. The volume may be up a little bit. Obviously I'm doing this after I've done the editing or the cutting for the rest, and I do realise I was a little bit quieter on the rest of the video, but I'll certainly fix that up for sort of future ones now that we're back into it. So as we said, tower defense, you have your mother tree. I'm just going to get rid of the music off for a second, as much as it's very peaceful. Just makes it a little bit easier whilst talking. You have your mother tree, and you have 8 slots where you place your plants. Then your plants, if you remember, and I can't keep flashing back between this and the other capture, the plants come with certain standing, whether it's an electro plant, a fire plant, What else do we got there? Fire. These three are fire plants. I think a water plant and an ice plant. Oh, sorry, water plant and an ice plant. So they come with obviously different offense and defense, or more offense for this area, and then defense being your tree itself, your mother tree. Now, as part of the free beta that anyone can go into, we've got survival being PvE, arena being the PvP. I'm not sure if the PvP is actually switched on yet, but what they have done is they've opened up all the plants and a full inventory, so you can swap things around as you see fit. So with your mother tree, you've got a choice of three trees. You've got the fire. The aura will actually give 20% damage to fire plants. The electro mama tree, which will give 20% damage to electro plants and give 10% damage to all plants. You know what? We're going to go with, what did we got here? Skill 1 trigger, push away all undead from 2 squares. Skill 2 passive, creates a spike trap at the second square every 10 seconds and stuns for 2 seconds. Alright, we're going to go for a different one there. Big ice mama. And then we've got our plants themselves. So these are the plants that it's defaulted to, and we can, as we've got plants now, the way the system got the plants, we said, you know, currently at this stage of the game, they're anywhere from $700 US to up, because people are using the plants to create their light energy, to then turn it into their PVU tokens and sell. So they're actually just doing it from the farming. With the plants that you've got here, I guess we're assuming that the prices are going to come down so people can buy the plants so they can actually play. The other way you can do it is obviously rent plants, but there must be a way that people can acquire 8 plants, because if the game at the moment is very cost effective to get into, you can probably get into the game for about $50, $80. But that's for the farming side. But if you was going into this, it would be absolutely ludicrous just to sort of set up this team. Now we can move others around, and we can sort of take some of the, perhaps the dark. We can get the info. Minus defense for undead, weakens them. Can I add that? How do I turn this off? I do want that one. Do I just drag and drop, maybe? Oh, you do just drag and drop. There we go. The other one is your placement of your plants creates benefit. So for instance, these 3 plants will actually buff each other, just being so close together. We've also got another electro plant here, so I'm going to put 2 electros. And we've got the 2 ice and the water. So we're just going to leave it with that. As I said, we just wanted to be very quick so we can see, save. And let's go back. When we deploy, this is how we want them deploy. We can move these around. So for instance, we have the 2 fire up there. We're having another electro down here and the water. And let's go. So not sure how much it will come. We got energy to start off with, and the energy will deploy the plants, and then the other one was we got PVU tokens. Now in this portion, you actually get PVU quite quickly. So it will randomly drop 3, and that's used all my energy. So it's using 10 energy to create, or 10 energy to allow you to spawn one of your plants. See, look at that, PVU. All right, thank you very much. That was just a very brief demo on Plants versus Undead with just a very, I think there's certainly been some changes in regards to the layout too. I've actually heard somewhere along the line that you now can have up to 12 plants in the setup as well. And leveling, I'm not sure why I can't level, but I haven't been able to change mid-fight, so maybe I'm just missing the chance to level. No, definitely missing something. All right, let's go into game number 3. Okay, now the third project I wanted to talk about today, and that I'm sort of been doing a bit of looking into, and I've sort of liked, is completely different from the other style projects or games that I generally do. You know, anyone that certainly knows me from Twitch or streaming or YouTubes and so forth, yeah, would probably maybe a little bit surprised from this one. But I am a hoarder, so we'll see how this one goes. So it's actually a card collection game, or a card collection NFT. But also with this one, I understand that they are looking at bringing in some combat PvE or PvP combat with your card collections potentially at a later date. It does come through with like services, your Twitter, Discord channels, and a wiki, so you can actually get the details on it before or about it as well. As I said, it's a card collection, so you're looking at your cards. At this stage, I have 0 cards. There's a maximum at the moment of 78 cards, and I believe that they are adding new heroes as they come along. And what I'm looking forward to is, in the sense that this is a sort of a startup video, I am going to invest in this one today. I'm going to invest a small amount or a limited amount, and I'm going to keep just checking back on this one every week or every month as we're going through. And we can follow the journey of DeHeroes. Now the cards themselves come in, I guess, sort of 5 categories. You know, the common, uncommon, epic, legendary, and so forth. And you can go through. So if you go into the trades, you can actually see the cards themselves. So you've got the common, normal colours, or grey, white, green, blue, purple, orange, and golden. So it's the same hero in the same slot, just giving different bonuses. Now I don't know whether you can get it, if you could sort of see through here. In this case here, you've got the power of 2,000. The cost to stake or to purchase is 9.5, and it's going to stake 8 heroes. And we'll go into that a little bit more as well. So with your card collection, of course, that we've got 0. So we've got 0 of 78 cards placed, which is 0%. Basically, you're purchasing the heroes, acquiring the cards through a couple of means, and we'll show you how to sort of get the cards, and then restaking those cards or that currency back into, or those NFTs back into the game or into DeHeroes. By that, then you're actually getting the payment. So you, as DeHeroes is certainly going up or moving, you will get a percentage payout, and it will tell you what the estimated 24-hour production is and how much you'll get paid in heroes. And then you can withdraw that, and with the heroes you can either go to the trade and buy some more, or you can actually go to the shop and buy packs. So for 30 heroes you can buy a fortune pack, and for 8 heroes you can buy a lucky pack. Now I did see another way to come in, and I'm going to, I think it's through staking. I think it was through the LP mining pool, unlocking or staking a hero itself. Another one that you can actually do is you can, instead of sort of focusing and buying the packs, and I'll show you the percentages because I will buy some packs today, and with the percentages, you get a random draw of what you want for the 8 heroes. What you can do is actually stake or place in amount. I thought we'd change it here. No, I don't think it's going to allow me because I don't have the money, and therefore I can, if I pay 10, I can get a guaranteed green card, and so forth. 80, I can get a guaranteed orange card, but it will cost me 80 heroes, and you'll get that card that will just come straight back in. Obviously I've got a wallet of 0 as well. To get money, just go through the buy heroes, and that will open up Pancake Swap that you may have used, but if not, we can certainly show you how to do the Pancake Swap. I've certainly found that both with Axie and with PVU, Plants vs Undead, they're both using Pancake Swap as well, so it's something that I've grown to get used to and to look at as well. So let's have a look at DeHeroes itself over the last, let's say, 30 days, 90 days. What we're looking at here is we're looking at the cards themselves. If we go back to here, where was it? The shop. The cards are 8, so we're going to buy 5 packs. 5 packs, and we want to test, as I said, 5 packs are going to cost us about $100. In B&B, just to make sure we've got enough, is 0.23, and we do have 0.23. We've got enough, and we've got a little bit for gas fees as well, so we'll see where that goes. Okay, so we just go to the buy heroes, and that will actually open up the Pancake Swap straight away. In this case here, I have already used Pancake Swap, and therefore it's already added my my wallet, and it's just loading the B&B balance at the moment. Once it's loaded the B&B balance, it'll just take a few seconds. What did we say we needed? 0.236. A few seconds. Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, I have already added the heroes token. It's already come in. There we go. So 0.236, and that is going to give me $39. Alright, obviously there's some gas fees in there. 238, let's play around there. That gets me my 40 heroes, plus I play the gas fees of 0.01, so you can just do that calculation if you want, but that's just going to be a couple of dollars. We'll have a look at that out. Minimum receive 30. No, we don't. We're going to just put a little bit more. I'm not. Alright, minimum receive 40.41. Alright, let's swap that one, and we will check out what the gas fees are for 0011. If I go to the shop, you want to buy heroes. There you go. So the wallet balance isn't shown on the front screen, so I'm walking through this with you and actually learning as we go through. Good thing about this is as we as the weeks go by, it's going to be a lot better. So you can actually grab, so this is $100 going in staking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to cost. I want to approve this. The associated fee, not that you can see it coming up, is 14 cents for 0003. So very low cost. So approve that. Transaction approved, and now I can buy. Alright, we've bought ourselves 5 packs. So we can go through, we've got the unopened pack, so if we're not at the cards, we can just go to the My, and we can look at our unopened packs. So let's have a look at what we've got. The lucky package. Okay, with the lucky package, you've got 0 chance of getting gold, not a problem. We've got 0.2% getting orange. I don't expect to get it. I don't expect to get purples. Don't expect to get blues, but if we're lucky, we can get a couple of greens out of 5 packs. We've got a 50-50 chance. So let's see how we go. Let's open. There is another gas fee of about 11 cents to open up the packs. All right, done. Here we go, 5 packs. Let's open. First one's a green, Ottoman. Second one is a blue. Now, I didn't expect to get the blue. What was it, 2%? Another blue. Another blue. Another 2% roll. Green. And 1 white. That's pretty good. The whites were 45%. The greens were 50%. And I think the blues were 2%. So very happy with that. So the Spider Queen, we'll have a look at that one in a second. So if I went to the trade and I went to blue, just to have a look, maybe they're a regular drop. But you know what, even the starting price, if I go for the lowest price, is 18 heroes. So already out of the 40 heroes I've spent, if I wanted to sell, even if I sold them at the lowest price, I've basically almost got my money back. So that's not a bad start. So now let's have a look at our cards. So we want to place the cards, and what I understand is, because I haven't done it, you can either place them individually, and you can see the green dots of which cards you've actually got, and obviously the blue Spider Queen and Dow and so forth, or I believe you can do place in batches, because then you're not paying individual gas fees, you're just paying one gas fee. So there you go. So 4,000s for your blues, 2,000s for your greens, and let's drop those 5 cards down. Oh, pick at least 1 card. There you go. Learning. Now let's place the 5 cards down. Just to prove it. Okay, so by placing them down, we're actually staking. And here we go. Right, so we placed it down. We placed 5 of 78. This is for our $100 commitment. There's our percentage, and estimated of 0.28 heroes per day, which isn't much. And we weren't expecting to get much. Remember, we just drew the white cards, and have certainly gone a basic option there. So, but 0.28, let's say times 30, is 8.4. So 8.4 heroes per month. Whoop. That's in the BNB. Let's go back to USD. Okay, so that will get us $20 a month. So once again, we're not going for like I guess a huge quick ROI of trying to get it back. What I'm looking forward to, or what I'm keen to do, is, as it is a card collection, that as I get funds from one game or one NFT, is trickle a little bit in here to keep adding to the card collection, and either buying the cards that I don't have, or keep on adding and growing and selling. The other thing that we do have when we come through is actually the check-in. So you have a daily check-in that you check in. 200 people, obviously 2,000 people have checked in today. I'm 895. Winning numbers will actually get, or 200 winning numbers will get a grey card just for checking in each day. And the losing numbers get 5 points. Now with those points, you take those points, if I go to the exchange. So every 7 days I can get a level C pack, and I don't know what a level C pack is, but I can get it. For 14 days I can get a level B pack, and for 3 weeks, for 3 weeks, so if I leave it 3 weeks, I can get a level A pack. So just by checking in every day, and we can see. So that's the other one that we'll do, is we'll actually probably hold off to get the level A pack and see what potentially it can give you. So you, once again, you'll get another card every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on what packs that you get. I'm sure if I look it up, or Google, or look at the wiki, we can certainly find out what the percentage is, or what's involved in each of those packs. So that's DeHeroes, and as I said, I'll probably do a quick recap on where we are, what we're up to, how we've improved our production, and if we get any new cards. So thank you very much, hopefully you like it, and we'll be back with some more. Okay, we're back at number 1 again, and that's it. Thank you very much. That was my first 3 NFT projects that I've looked into when starting out. There are hundreds of others out there. I'm super excited to show them to you. If you found this useful and helpful, I will be doing so many more. And it is a rabbit hole. I've Discorded, I've linked, I've attached so many projects that I want to get involved in, and I can't wait to do the videos on them and actually go into in-depth videos on them. So if there's any projects that you would like to see, don't hesitate to write it down in the down below, in the comments below. I'll certainly have a look, and potentially have a look at those projects. If you like to, please help us out, hit the subscribe. Leave any comments in regards to these games or any other games, as I said, you'd like to see, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thank you, take care, happy gaming, and see you in the next one. All right.